Joy Behar and the cackling hens at The View are somewhat impressed by one of the latest nominees for the presidency. That would be Nikki Haley.
Well, she's part of the invasion of the body snatchers. You know, there are these politicians on the right who now have become like mentally crazy, you know. But her problem is that, you know, not only was she a big Trump supporter, and she's an election denier too, isn't she?
At one point she was.
But she changed, she flip-flopped on that.
Yeah.
But she also backed Herschel Walker, one of the worst candidates we've ever had. I mean, second only to George Santos, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, and
that was terrifying, actually, that she did that.
So I mean, she's going nowhere
election
fast,
denier.
this one.
I'm not sure she's an election denier. I would check on that.
Okay, there you go. This is a warning to all the other GOP candidates. It doesn't matter how much they like you. It doesn't matter how much you do to try to earn some favor with the liberal press. They will always turn on you. That phrase that Joy Behar said at the beginning, it's like invasion of the body snatchers. This is what you always hear. Sometimes for some of the Republicans who the libs like, or at least pretend to like, while those Republicans are serving their purposes, saying certain liberal things, attacking certain conservative candidates, the moment that you pose any kind of threat to them, they will say, oh, this person's totally changed. This person's totally changed. The libs love Mitt Romney now because Mitt Romney's a big squish and he parrots their talking points. The libs loved Mitt Romney before 2008, after he was governor of Massachusetts, before he was a Republican nominee, back when he was taking on some of the other Republicans in 2008. The libs really liked him. And then he got the nomination for the GOP, and then he posed a threat to Barack Obama, and then he was a monster. He was Patrick Bateman. He was trying to kill gay boys in high school. Do you remember that thing? They said he cut the hair of a homosexual teenager or something. Oh, and the dog, he tried to torture his dog on the family car. And that's what they're doing now to Nikki Haley, Nikki Haley was a somewhat centrist kind of governor in South Carolina. Then she worked for the Trump administration, but she managed to have decent support among the moderates and also among Trump supporters. And then she came out against Trump after the administration, after January 6th. And then she defended Trump again. And so she's done actually a relatively decent job of maintaining some kind of support in different quarters, but not very intense support, which is why you're not seeing her jump up in the polls to the position of a Ron DeSantis or a Donald Trump right now. But she should be one of the more acceptable people to The View, if for no other reason that she is a woman, and The View is a show about empowering women. And yet, they see Nikki Haley, she's running to be the GOP nominee. Okay, she's dead to us. She's crazy. It's invasion of the body snatchers. No more strange new respect. George Santos. George Santos, our favorite Republican, is back in the news. He was charged with a dog-related theft in 2017, this according to the Washington Examiner. Representative George Santos was found to have been charged with theft related to Amish dog breeders in 2017. Are the Amish known for, I know they're known for their cabinets and their barns and I didn't know they were known for dog breeding. The charges were dropped though and his record was expunged. A lawyer friend of Santos who helped him with the charge told Politico about the revelation. It was then confirmed by a representative from York County District Court in Pennsylvania. He was charged with theft by deception, but he beat the charge and had that record expunged. He claimed his checkbook had been stolen and that the $15,125 in checks were not written by him. But now some people say he was lying. And after the checks were addressed to the Amish dog breeders, Santos held a large adoption event with his animal rescue charity, Friends of Pets United, at the Staten Island pet store, Pet Oasis. And I don't know. And I don't really care. I've said it before about George Santos. George Santos, to me, his political success is like a bad joke. A bad joke starts out a little tiny bit funny. And then the more you tell it, it becomes much, much less funny. But then, paradoxically, the more you tell it, the much, 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 much funnier it becomes. That's how I feel about Santos. Santos gets elected. You say, hey, all right, we got a Republican here elected in New York. We got a razor-thin majority already. This is cool. He's obviously a squish, but, whatever, it's fine. It's fine. Overall, net positive. And then you find out, he lied about his education. He's a liar. That's too bad. And he lied about his employment history. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, and he might not even be a gay guy. He might have been married to a woman, which I guess is more traditional. I guess that's kind of maybe that ticks him up a little bit. And then he got divorced, and now he's pretending to be a gay guy, or he maybe is. I don't know. And he lied about his criminal record, maybe. And he lied about his political positions. And he lied about. Okay, we're back. It's fine. And he might be under indictment in Brazil. This is getting funnier again. And he lied about Amish dog breeding. And okay, this is really, really funny. At this point, there is pretty much nothing that George Santos could do that would make me demand that he resign. Because it's all out there. And this is, by the way, probably the main argument for Trump in 2024. The main argument against Trump in 2024 is that he's got so much baggage, and there are lots of people who just don't like him, and he turns a lot of people off, and that's that. Strong argument. But the argument for Trump in 2024 is also he's got so much baggage, and we know about it. And it's all out there. And they've thrown the kitchen sink at him, and they've made up a bunch of stuff about him, and it's been proven to have been made up about him, and it is what it is. For the other candidates, we don't know how much real baggage they've got. We don't know what new baggage the libs are going to invent about them. We don't know how resilient they're going to be in the face of that. Some people think that I'm pushing Trump and that I've actually made a decision and I'm endorsing Trump in 2020. That is not the case. It might seem more that way when I talk about it because I haven't picked one of the other candidates to go sign up on the campaign for. I am just trying to call it like I see it, okay? I'm not saying one of these two options is better than the other, the case for or against Trump. The only point I'm making is it's the same case. It's the same argument. And you're seeing it at an extreme degree in George Santos. George Santos is not going to really be pressured to step down. The more that the press attack him, actually the more that it helps him. The more that you see those press squabbles all around him, screaming, yelling, it makes Republicans like him more. Even if Republicans look at him, they say, there's like almost nothing about you that I like as a politician. You're pretty much a squish. You're obviously a liar. You can't be trusted. But the fact that the libs are gunning for him so much, it will increase his support. And you will see similar phenomena play out at the presidential level as well. The rest of the show continues now. It's Woke Wednesday. We have got some really great woke content that producer Ben Davies insists that I react to. He thinks that it will scandalize me. He thinks that it will shock me. Very little shocks me anymore, so we'll see about that. Become a member right now, dailywire.com/Knowles. Use code Knowles at checkout for 2 months free on all annual plans.